Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 6 of the Aussie Backyard Banter. Super excited. I just always seem excited when I start off the intros. I'm going to have to come up with a new superlative when I get back from holidays. But Tommy, thank you for being here, mate.
Mate, my absolute pleasure. It is, again, an absolute honour to be in your wonderful studio. Every single episode, it is getting more and more fancier. So, yeah, no, you're doing very well here.
Mate, people are calling us to find out how we do it. And there's a lot of secrets, but we will share some.
We will share all, but some may not be truthful.
Emma joining us on the orange microphone. Welcome to the studio.
Oh, I'm very excited, very honoured to be here.
There was a long list of people. None of them could turn up and we got to you. So thank you for making time.
Bottom of the barrel, always available.
They say that you can't choose your family, you can choose your friends. So, geez, I hope you got good friends. And you've got some sporting news to bring up a bit later in the show.
Watch out. Watch out. I know everyone is very eager for this netball news.
Just to break up the cricket side of things more than anything, I feel.
Yeah, well, there's been lots going on in the cricket, so we need to mix that up a little bit.
Now, Uncle gave us a team list, which was very funny from the Ashes. We'll touch on it quickly, but I have laughed about it a few times thinking that the only English player he feels fit to make it is Joe Root. Is he still confident with that team, do you think?
He thinks there's nothing wrong with that team. He's asked all his mates. He's very confident that Joe Root should be the only English player.
And all 75-inch version of James Beal on the TV. How are you, mate?
Fantastic. It's great to be back for another episode, Mitchell.
You're sounding crisp.
Yes, a new microphone, new gear, ready to go.
Mate, that's what I like to hear. We need to hear your movie reviews. And, of course, Beals of Spiels. Thank you to BJ Head. Just a quick shout out to one of our listeners for coming up with the segment name. According to our legal term, we had to say that. But Beals, great to have you, mate, and joining. And also Callum is sitting there cackling in the corner again, the orange microphone specialist.
Once again, sharing a microphone. I'm going to have to start getting here on time so I can get my own one day. But it's good to be back. Happy to be hanging out, sharing a mic once again. Never a dull moment here at the Dundale studio.
I am so excited to hear how this Jeep's going a bit later. It keeps me awake at night thinking, how does he still do it?
Keeps you up.
It does.
Let me tell you. Oh, brother.
I feel like we're all on the ride together, mind the pun. It is, it's an emotional roller coaster.
Mate, the ride will be going straight to the wreckers. So if you want to come for a ride, that's where we're going.
Don't give too much away, mate.
I'll stop rocking in the corner by the end of it.
Being a predominantly sports-based, because that's all people talk about in the backyard bantering, Australian Open's kicked off. When this episode comes out in a couple of weeks, we'll be into the final rounds or finaler rounds. Have you been across it much at all, or?
Not at all. I watched the I think the Channel 9 one-shot wonder kind of thing, but that was the extent of my tennis knowledge.
Yeah.
Nothing. Thomas?
Bits and pieces. I was lucky enough to take leave over these 2 weeks of the tennis, so I've been watching a fair bit of it, but it's a bit hard to get into this year, I'm finding. It's just not as entertaining as previous years.
It's weird. They had a massive lead up to it. Like what Emma said, the $1 million start or $1 million shot. They've had a lot of pre-games. I think they've had some tennis stars come back, but I don't know. There's probably the most amount of female participants in the second round, I think, for a long time.
Aussie
females in the second round.
Quite well, which is a great sign to see for tennis, because Asparty was the last big tennis lady name we had.
As far as I'm aware, I'm a bit like Emma. I'm not a massive tennis. I love the game and watching it, but it's not a cricket for me.
Yeah.
So
that is fair. It's hard to compete with cricket.
Yeah, exactly. Look, there's a lot of things to unpack, but the one thing I reckon tennis does better is the prize money.
Oh, massively. And that's why I encourage any of my family and friends to become professional tennis players.
Your young daughter, has she started training?
She's not far off it. She was actually walking around this afternoon with a tennis racket. So,
good.
Yes, she was belting her sister with it, but still a very good start.
Beals, do you have a figure? How much prize money is the Australian Open, mate?
So it's about just over $110 million in total prize money for the Australian Open.
Yeah, right, because I think the men and women get equal amounts for winning it. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
How much is that worth out of that? Or is that 115 each?
So if you go all the way to the grand final, you get $4.15 million.
Oh.
Wow. That's not bad for 2 weeks' work, is it?
The one thing
That's if you win.
if you would take it out.
But it's even big money. Like, I think if you're just qualifying it, knocked out first round, it is still pretty decent prize money.
Oh God, yeah,
$150,000 just for the first round.
Yeah, like I'll happily face Djokovic for that much. Like 6 love. But
quickest game ever, but I'll take it.
it's not. But the easiest $150,000 ever.
That's amazing. The thing I find interesting about tennis that not a lot of other sports do is it's a straight knockout from the first round. Like if you turn up and you're having they're international travelers. Like imagine not traveling well, getting a bit of food poisoning or something on the way, but because you're in a different environment, and Australian heat's very different to the European winter, like getting knocked out in the first round when you're a top 10 player, like it must happen.
It must happen, but you still get 150,000, Mitchell. Like, there's no sympathy at all for him with that one, mate. Like,
are you flying back first class? Then,
yeah, exactly right, mate. Well enough to get in there, but don't cry if you lose first round.
Right. Well, we better talk about something that Tommy and I both know. The Big Bash is getting to the pointy end. At the end of January, it will be, by the time this podcast's out, the final would nearly have happened, I think. So we're getting very close to it. Stars are on the comeback. But what we really wanted to talk about has been this controversial move to sub players in. Have you seen it, Tommy, where they're basically, I think they're retiring batsmen or they're swapping batsmen now?
Yeah, I think it's great. Like yes, you do lose a wicket because they're retired out. But if you have a batsman at the crease who's 20 off 20, just not scoring and just ticking along, and you've got like a Glen Maxwell or someone, for example, in the sheds, who can hit very hard, very quickly, you are going to drag that batter off and put a class batter in for him. Like it can change the game.
Yeah, so do you want to explain what happened in that game? Maxwell come on for a spinner.
Yeah, so there was Sammy Harper, I believe it was batting. He was just tricking along, scoring. I think he ran a ball. Then spinner came on. It was a 7-over match. So then only needed, I think, 40 off about 3 overs. So I said, you know what? Harper doesn't play spin very well. Maxwell does. Gave him one ball. I think he missed it. So I said, right, let's just get him out, retire him out. Like no wicket, just retired. And then Maxwell came in and went bang, bang. And Maxwell more entertaining too, I think.
Especially if you've got someone like Maxwell that doesn't get to play because of the game. I suppose the fans are there to see those key marquee players.
Yeah, and I remember listening to it, Mark Wall was saying that if they can do it with the batter, why can't they do it with the bowler? Like, you've got a bowler who's gone 6-6-6 first 3 balls, say, right, why can't we sub him out and bring someone else on? Like, if the batter can do it, why can't we?
Exactly.
Like, it's, yeah.
Maybe that would have smoothed over some of the issues that we've seen with the Sixers.
What's happened with the Sixers?
Didn't one of their batsmen decide that he'd had enough of the season?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, friend of the pod, Bubba. He's
Listen, I'm pretty sure he's a listener, isn't he, Beals? Yeah, he is.
I got no idea.
He's had to go back to Pakistan for Pakistani national duties.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure he sent an email saying, "Hey, can you please make an excuse and make me come back to Pakistan to play because I'm not very well liked here in Australia." Steve Smith's the big bully.
That would happen.
Yeah, so again, Bubba sent the email saying, "Hey guys, they're not being very nice to me here. Can you please say I'm needed for international duties?"
Now, did he send it to the team or his mum?
I think he sent it to the team, but he CC'd his mother and Steve Smith in on it. Because as everyone knows, Steve Smith and him had a bit of an argument the other night when Steve Smith refused a single. But then his next 4 balls went 6-6-6-6. So, end of the day, right decision, but he just had a bit of a sook and had a nasty tantrum. A classic blow-up, actually, when he got out. So
we need Sam back to talk about it. Steve Smith had come in, but Bubba was the international star. He was brought in to be the X factor for the team, and Steve Smith's just come in, and he wasn't batting well this season, to be fair.
But that's the thing, like, yes, Bubba was the international star, but it's Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Like, he is the international star. Like,
he made Uncle Bill's team.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I didn't see Bubba on there. I know he didn't play in the Ashes, but that wouldn't bother Uncle Bill.
Exactly right, yeah.
I haven't seen a blow-up like that in the BBL for a long time.
And there was a lot of criticism back towards him as well, saying, big tantrum, he's a nappy. And actually, Beals' friend AI has a lot of posters going around of him actually wearing a nappy now next to Steve Smith, which is quite funny.
I saw the one with Elise Perry proposing. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And for a moment, the AI slop got me, Beals. I fell into your spiel and was I sent it to Tommy. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? But luckily enough Yeah.
Hits you every time. Got to watch out for that AI, mate.
Yeah, 100.
Sneaky stuff.
But yeah, no, look, it's sad to see because the Big Bash needs those big name players, I feel.
So we could just be making stuff up here, but
That hasn't
if you
stopped us
cannot
before.
connect the dot, it doesn't look good for him.
No. I've been reading Michael Clark's book, the autobiography he did like a few years ago, probably in the early 2000s. It's a tough listen. Like, I like Pup, but I've liked him a lot less after listening to this.
Is it
reading
very
this book.
me based?
It's like explaining himself about everything.
That was the whole Bingle.
No,
time in his
not
life,
even
or-
that. It's talking about the incident with Andrew Simons.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had half of these fights. The fight between him and Kadich, the issue with him and Mike Hussey. It seemed like this bloke just walked around and caused issues. Like, I know the book was all about explaining how he didn't cause these issues, but there was like everywhere he went, there was all these issues.
There's one in every team, though, isn't there?
Oh, how did he get to vice captain if there was so much division?
He was captain, wasn't he?
Captain, yeah. Under a punter.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure once Punter retired, he took over for a few tests. But yeah, I guess there's one in every team who does think they're just a class above everyone else and does carry on.
Have you played with any people like that?
I was that person usually, so it's a bit tough to point fingers under if you're sorry for Pup. I understand where he's coming from, 100%.
I'm very much looking forward to your autobiography then, Tommy.
It's a work in progress. It's either going to be Tommy with an I or Tommy with a Y.
Yeah.
It's two different lives have gone down. So
Exactly.
yes.
Emma, you've messaged me earlier in the week. You said you were extremely pumped up. You're in the group chat with the Aussie Backyard Banter team. Netball news had come across your desk. You're absolutely chomping at the bit to get on here. You've been looking at us talking about cricket and shit and just making it up as we go. And Beals is there doing the stats for us. And you're going, I don't need anyone. I've got all the stats, all the information.
No, well, I can't imagine you're going to be much input for me. So
Actually, before we go, Emma, introduce yourself. Sorry, we haven't introduced you to listeners yet. Emma Dwyer, my favourite cousin, obviously. Moved to Wagga now.
a local now, apparently. Not used to this heat, though. Bloody hell. Just finding my feet, finding my friends, trying to find... I've got some stories to tell about some sports that I've tried to join, which is absolutely horrible. Apparently, yeah, running and talking is not a thing if you can't keep up with the second last person. So
Actually, just tell us about this. You did message me the other day. You messaged me a lot about trying to do sports, and if I don't respond, clearly that's a no.
well, you were my only friend. Let's be real. When I first came to Wagga, I knew no one. So I thought, I'll get Mitch on board. He'll play a few games with me. Crickets is what I got. Crickets, absolutely nothing. So I've had to join all these sports by myself, like an absolute loser, and then get smoked in both running, pickleball. I played five-a-side netball. Horrible, horrible.
You mentioned Run Club.
Yeah, so it's called Your Local Lap for those listening at Wagga. So I thought, I'll give it a go. So it's a 2.5, 3.5, or a 5K. And I thought, I can do a 3.5,
In the middle, like this, yeah.
You can't go too extreme, but can't start off like a wuss. That's what I started doing. Anyway, started jogging, keeping up, and then that lasted for about a block. And then because I didn't know where anything was in Wagga, I get to probably about halfway, and I can't find the second last person because they're so far in front of me. So then I get lost because I don't know what track it is, and it was just absolutely horrible.
So is it like running around a street?
Yeah, it's around these blocks. And then they changed the course. I just finally got used to this one particular course, and then they changed it on me. And they're like, "Oh, turn left down this street." I was like, I don't know where the hell that is. And so I thought, okay, I'll just try and make some friends, try and run and talk. I can't run and talk. I can't even run and catch up with people, let alone to be able to talk to anyone. So can confirm running is not for me, but we turn up every week and we keep trying.
Do they advertise it as a fun run at all, like a fun situation?
It's meant to be like a women's, they call it a lap and yap.
Yep.
There's no one to yap to. They've all sprinted away from me.
Yeah. Is it like a coffee scene afterwards, like the push bike?
It's a huge coffee scene. And for someone who doesn't drink hot liquid, you're staying around for nothing.
Is this the one they do is it the press?
At Makers?
Makers, so that's one. Yeah. I've seen their socials, and sometimes there's 30, 40, 50 women there, which is huge numbers. They've
done like multiple fundraisers, so they're obviously doing a good thing. But if I can run and talk. Sorry for the curse word. Keep that out.
You're episode 1 and you're already cursing.
Took me 3 to tell Mitchell where to go.
It's interesting like that, the things you do to try and meet people. I just went to the pub, but I think that might have been a better way. Run and talk would be a challenge.
One massive thing, though, to take off that is the best way to meet people is usually through sport, isn't it? Like, it's usually everyone's first go. Like, you went to running and different sports and that. I was the same when I moved to Wagga, it was footy clubs.
Yep.
The best way to meet people at a new town just seems to be a sports club. Just draws you in, doesn't it? Like, it's something about it.
It just throws you in front of people that all have the same passion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, especially, and we'll get onto Emma's netball section shortly, but people that are passionate about rugby or netball or any of those sports that get together, at least you've got a common interest to start on. Like, it's good, yeah. But Emma, tell me more about the netball.
Oh,
we've been excited. Sorry, I went on a segue.
Rightio. Well, the Suncorp Super Netball is, okay, let me start. Everyone's like, oh, netball. But it's the only team sport to
No, I think Callum generally got a cramp. he looks in pain.
He must have went for a run. How many Ks, Cal?
I think the thought running.
Just all that talk about running made me physically nauseous and in pain.
It does happen. I wasn't noticing Mitch starting to stretch his calves when we were talking about
Yeah,
it.
Mitch is fit.
And already it scares me, the cold sweat.
Anyway, I'll settle myself down now.
It had nothing to do with the netball, Emma, just to clear that up.
We'll see how many people are upset by this.
Probably your father, that's about it.
Oh, look, his advice was always elbows and knees. And going off his advice for who he picked for the Ashes, I wouldn't believe much of what he has to say. So the Commonwealth Games is this year, and netball is the only team sport to be played this year, which is very interesting. So in 2017, the Suncorp Super Netball started, and no Kiwis were allowed to play, or they wouldn't be eligible to play for New Zealand. So this year is the first year that Netball New Zealand have allowed this, and it's a great thing for Suncorp Super Netball.
So what's that? They're allowing their Super Netball players that play in Australia to play for New Zealand?
So the Netball New Zealand have said, yep, you can play for Suncorp Super Netball, and you can still be eligible to play for New Zealand.
So why didn't they do that? Was this only new?
This is only brought in this year. It's because they were trying to keep Netball New Zealand strong, but they just can't keep up with the talent that Australia has and all the imports that come from Jamaica and South Africa and England that come over to Australia to play. So they've had to introduce this new rule that they can play. So I think it's a great thing for the sport.
This might be a good one to throw to Bealey, sorry, Emma, but do you have the world rankings of the netball currently? Or do you know that already, Emma? Sorry,
Australia 1, New Zealand 2,
Emma's all
England 3,
yeah,
Jamaica 4, South Africa 5.
Yeah, okay. Out of all those in the world, most of them are in the Commonwealth Games.
Correct.
So that's going to make the Commonwealth Games nearly just as strong as the Olympics. That's probably what I was getting at too. Like it's going to be a huge tournament.
Netball's not in the Olympics.
We need to change that.
There's a big push. You put some segue, Mitch.
Yeah.
There's a big push to bring it into the Brisbane Olympics in 2032. So watch this space.
Because the Olympic sports are weird how they work it. So you get the sports that are close to qualify to an Olympic. So you get the Olympic fringe sports, but you got the key sports like your marathon running, your sprinting and all those. But there's also fringe sports, and the host nation gets to choose, I think, three of them.
3 sports, yeah, because Japan, when they last hosted it, brought in like skateboarding,
breakdancing,
and all that stuff, breakdancing. And I imagine Australia netball will be a huge one. Whether cricket,
and it's a massive.
We're looking at that'd be another one they're trying to push.
Is cricket in the US? Cricket's in the US Olympics.
Oh, is it?
100%.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's good. That's a good start.
That's the thing that Steve Smith's trying to get into. He's trying to play for the Australian cricket Olympic team in the T20. So that's why they're massive push at the moment to have more cricket in America so they can get used to and understand it. But
do you know what I love about this? We started off with netball and you've somehow weaseled your way back into cricket. You just can't bloody escape this.
If only movie reviewing was part of the Olympics too, but we'll see.
It should be.
So that's great for both Super Netball and for New Zealand and probably netball around the world. They're allowed to play in both.
Yeah, I think it's going to make Netball New Zealand a lot stronger because I think if we're being honest, they've probably been a bit weaker and they have lost against Jamaica recently, or they only just won against Jamaica. And then they lost against England recently, so I'm surprised they're still at world number 2 in the rankings, but here we are. So it's only going to be a good thing.
Is the Super Netball the strongest netball comp in the world?
In the world,
Yeah.
yes. So it's based in Australia. So there's a big discussion about whether we need to cap imports into Australia to try and keep Australian netball strong. That there's currently no caps at the moment, and I think that's very evident when Australia versed New Zealand in the netball, and there was no substitute for a goal attack other than Kira Austin, who's cemented her place very well into the team, but just doesn't have a reserve.
Because where do they play? Say you don't make any of like the Swifts or the Thunder, any of those teams. Where do you go and play?
Yes,
elsewhere?
You got the reserves underneath that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's mostly Australian players, though.
That would be mainly Australian players. Yeah.
So do you think that capping international, will that drop the standard, like by allowing more local players come through, or do you think there's a balance to be made in there?
I think it's the best netball in the world, and if we want to keep that title, then we need to keep the imports happening. And there's big dollars for netball anyway, not so much compared to the cricket and, rugby and all that kind of stuff.
I had nothing to do with that segue.
So a lot of people from Jamaica are coming over and absolutely dominating the sports and then sending the money home.
I do agree. I know that there's sports now that do cap internationals, and they have done it, and it hasn't changed the product that they've produced. I'm very nervous to mention the C word, cricket, but I know the Big Bash have done it. There's cricket around the world, same with the IPL in India, which is massive. They've only allowed 2 or 3, or I don't even know, a handful of internationals, and the rest are locals, and that hasn't changed the appeal of the IPL. So I think, if Super Netball can continue that, it'd be great. Probably make it more of a spectator sport too, do you think? Having more Aussie small people in there that you can relate to?
No, I don't think so, because I think you got like Mary Cholik, who's over 2 meters tall, who's this ginormous shooter from Uganda or wherever she's from. Like she's bringing an element to the sport that's an entertainment purpose. So you bring in the audiences, and you bring in, if you know one player kind of thing. If she can bring that entertainment factor into it, then that's great for the sport. So I don't think at the moment that we need to cap international players.
And that is one thing too, like the crowds there are always sold out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like the stadiums are always chock-a-block, which is awesome. Like I know there's always a game in Wagga, like a pre-season game, and it sells out in 10 minutes. Like, yes, it's not a huge stadium, but it still sells out in 10 minutes. Like, people want to go and watch it live, which is unreal.
They set a record for the last grand final in Melbourne, which was a record 15,000 people attended live. So that's not including all the people that watched it on TV as well, which doesn't sound like big numbers, but for netball it is. Yeah.
Is that played at the tennis court, Margaret Court, or Rod Laver Arena? Or
Rod Laver.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. 15,000. The atmosphere in that with the roof shut too would have been phenomenal. Did you get down?
I got down. Second row, my team got knocked out just before the grand final, so I still wore my Swift shirt.
Yeah.
Second row, so you'll see me in all the footage.
So I think from memory, was Swifts the team that went into the finals undefeated?
They won 10 in a row, and then they choked bad.
Sorry.
Bad. Way to bring up old wounds.
Just sorry to pick your brain a bit more at the netball. Like, I'm a massive AFL fan, love Collingwood and that, and noticed they had a netball program and it folded. Do you reckon over the next few years there will be more and more AFL teams join? Because hand in hand in bush footy and bush netball, it's a product together.
Interesting, because they've just put an EOI out for 2 more teams to join, so it looks like Tassie will be one. So Melbourne Storm, the rugby league team, had an affiliation with the Sunshine Coast Lightning, and they've actually just pulled the pin on that too. So that's been pulled. Collingwood Netball, which is obviously that got pulled a couple of years ago. The GWS Giants, I don't think they really have an affiliation as such, but they still go under the same name. So they were discussing whether that was going to stay on. But no, I don't think. I think bush netty and footy still go hand in hand, but I don't think in professional it's going to continue on.
Which is such a weird thing, because you go to a local match and it is massive. First grade netball finishes just before first grade footy, or ones in footy, and you're watching both. All the first graders go over and see the girls in their first quarter, and they go and get ready, and then the crowd kind of migrates a bit between the two. But then you go to the high levels with, like Tommy said, the AFL at the highest level, and there's no real connection to netball. It's strange. Do you think that's because they're tipping more money into the AFLW system?
I think they have to. I think, look, I'm not an expert in AFL by no means, but I think they have to have that AFLW go hand in hand, and I think netball unfortunately needs to find their own way a little bit.
Do you think it loses much by being separate to AFL, or do you think they're just two very separate products when they get to that top level?
I think unless they're going to put the money into it and provide that, then it's not going to happen. I don't think they've put the care factor or the money into it enough to be able to go hand in hand. So I think it just needs to go separate and hope for the best.
Exactly. So any movement in the teams, any coaches, any big signings for the Swifts?
There's some changes.
How are the Swifts looking for this year?
Oh, no, I don't think we're going to make the finals. I'm calling it now. So there's 8 teams in the Suncorp Super Netball, 3 new coaches. So that's...
Any sackings or just...
Whoa, controversial. So 2 of them have left and their assistant coaches have stepped up into the head coach role. And there's the Melbourne Mavericks head coach, who is just a bloke that no one had actually really heard of. So it'll be interesting to see how another male head coach goes in the netball scene.
So no high performance coaching history?
He was in the VPL. That's not what it's called. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, we're like, you could have said anything. Yeah.
This won't be fact checked, will it?
Beals is onto it. Yeah.
He was in a coaching position, but no one had really heard of him, and I don't think he was expected to get the top lead job. But we'll see what happens. But speaking of, Giants and Firebirds are playing in both Wagga and Griffith coming up soon, at the end of the month. So I'll head along just to get some reports on this and see if I can get a leading scoop for you guys.
We might sneak along and try and get some courtside interviews, Emma, but we'll need you to point out who's who.
There's a Dwyer. We'll get on to the other Dwyers.
So we'll sneak across quickly. Callum, Tommy just mentioned pre-show that he hadn't slept. He was worried about the Jeep. He's worried about you getting around places. Mate, what's the update?
Pretty good, to be fair. We've had some good movements, but no, good. We went back together on Monday. It's been driving around for the last couple of days successfully. It's keeping all its fluids in. It's running when it's supposed to. It stops when it's supposed to. So I think, touch wood, we might be at the end of this saga for the moment.
Have you pushed it?
No, I haven't had to.
Ooh.
Have not had to. It's been pretty good. Yeah, no, I have to say we've had a resounding success so far anyway of it doing what it's supposed to do. So
would you comfortably take it for a road trip to, say, Brisbane tomorrow, or that's a bit too far?
Probably, I don't know, like
San Isidore maybe?
We live in Central. I'd probably drive out here to Estella.
Oh, wow.
There's an off-ramp there.
I'm not sure if I'm that brave for making the move up to Coffs very shortly. Probably Seaver will get a workout there because I don't think we're driving it. So.
What was the major fix for it? What was the key thing that got it running again?
What did we do? We did a bottom rad hose, water pump, just throw parts at it till it sticks. You know, the list of parts that this thing's had in the last 3 months is
so
extensive.
Beals, can you just look up what all them parts are for me? Because I have no idea.
Can you just look up what a layman term of rad pipe is?
Well,
but Callum,
like
you
a
said,
shucker's pipe, like it's fully rad. Like,
yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure.
Now, you sent me a text through the weekend. I thought it was a great thing to talk about with the team. You said you wanted to go into depth with the team's first cars. Now, it's a great thing because you've had a lot of first cars, Matt. You've had a lot of people's first cars.
I have. I read somewhere many moons ago that the average person has 8 vehicles over their entire lifetime. Yeah. And, you know,
I'll be pushing 8x30, I reckon.
Emma's got some good car stories. Emma called me, or sent a Snapchat out, I should say, to a group of people, which was asking for help. And I thought maybe I can help a little bit. But, Emma, what happened to your car?
My car wouldn't turn off, as in the push button was off, the keys out of the car, and it was still
like
running.
A push start car, not a
push start car. Would not stop running. I called the NRMA, and the bloke that turned up said, "Oh, I thought you'd just be some dumb blonde who didn't put it in park." And I thought, "No, now help me."
That's something that you don't expect with, like, normally when you can just take the key out, you're happy.
That's the thing. I've never heard of a car not turning off. Like, yes, it's usually not turning on, but to not turn it off, that's pretty impressive.
Maybe
you just have to wait for the fuel to drain, or
maybe by the time Callum gets to push start cars, he'll let us know.
I've had 2. They weren't mine. They were both work vehicles.
How good's a good work vehicle?
Oh, mate, I loved it. Absolutely frothy.
Can't
old
complain
work car.
about a work vehicle.
But so I can't remember where I saw that, but somewhere I read that the average person has 8 vehicles over their entire lifetime.
And all different types of vehicles for different types of their life too.
Well, probably. I'd reckon most people go through. You start with your little buzz box and work your way up, and then by the time you're 80 and you can't see anymore, you go, I need 4-ton of caravan and 100 grand with a cruiser. Let's take my lack of eyesight on the highway.
So I started mine, red peas. Like the day I got my red peas, I went and brought a 2006 Holden Storm, twin exhaust.
How did you get the money for that?
It had speakers in the tub, lights in the tub, a DVD player hacked in the front so you can watch movies while driving along. It was fancy. It was very fancy. Did a lot of Ks very quickly, very, very quickly, which unfortunately did make me sit in the naughty corner for a few months a couple of times. But yeah, when you started that, and then I had that for about 3 years, and went, you know what? I'm going to go buy a Holden Rodeo because they can only just do about 110 clicks an hour.
Head downhill with a tailwind.
I can take people places. Because one big thing, because I wasn't a big drinker and still not, was if I was Dezo, I only had one spare seat, which is no good for them. It's like, yes, they're fun and they're lovely to play and everything. The Silver Switter, it was called.
Oh, hell.
How did you get the money for a car like that?
Just things and places. Anyway, because there's a few of us, like myself, Jacko Moody, he had the Thunder, the Stormy, the Thunder. So he had the V8 version of it.
Yeah.
And then my mate Kane, he had, I think, a silver Commodore or something. So we all went and got silver sort of stickers, and we'll total flog just driving these revved up cars around. But yeah, it was a funny first car because everyone's like, "Oh, my first car was a 1936 Brumby." Well, I was like, "No, I went top high early just to kick it off."
You hit the ground running there.
Yes. I think it matched my ego. So,
what car do you reckon BJ Head would have driven?
Oh, well, my dear friend BJ Head.
I reckon
Poppy's godfather, by the way, so that's the connection there.
I will say he's got Astra vibes.
He currently drives a black van. So, yes. A black van, but instead of he's a painter, so it is his work van as well. But so yeah, Beals, if you see a black van get around Bathurst, mate, just wave. Just wave. He's a big fan. So just wave. No windows.
Not going to get abducted and pulled into.
Oh, that's part of the job. But yeah,
if you see paint tins in the black van, you'll know you're safe.
No,
he just wants an autograph.
He's from Canamble, so who knows what his first rig would have been? Probably a Hilux, knowing the crews out there.
I reckon he would have had like one of those old VE Holden, not Utes.
Oh yeah, VR,
VS Utes with
you
like
could say early alphabet right now.
Yeah, with purple interior.
Oh, like that is plush.
Yeah, with like shitty sound, like aftermarket sound systems, just like tech screwed into the walls.
I'll have to ask him because he's actually coming to the farm this weekend, so I'll catch up and I'll do a bit of gossip for the next podcast.
He'll email in.
He'll thoroughly enjoy Mitchell that sort of plush interior, speakers drilled into the walls. That as a grouping is known as sex spec. So
and so sure,
so Matt, take us through your illustrious car career because you said 8 is. Oh, sorry, Beals. What was your first, mate?
My first car, a single cab workmate Toyota Hilux.
What a vehicle!
It was 2009.
Ooh, new. All right.
Yeah.
It was relatively. I think it was new when I got it. The parents helped me buy it only because it had one extra seat. So that was the deal. That helped me buy it, and I couldn't take anyone else with me on my P's.
Just me.
I actually, yeah, that's about right. I actually regret selling it because it was quite a good little car for what it was. I used to load it up with so much stuff, put a boat on the back and everything. It was in hindsight, I wish I kept it. Anyway,
it was a good. Mine was a 2000 Hilux Ute as well, 2-door, same as yours, but just a bit older. Bought it from Mudgee. It was an absolute beast. Once I put a CD player in it, unstoppable. Didn't have Bluetooth, but it was still pretty good. So, and Emma too. What was your first car? What did my favourite uncle buy you?
Oh, I had a 2004 Hyundai Elantra that I'm pretty sure I stole off a lady who had arthritis and couldn't change the gears, so I got it for a steal.
Allegedly.
Matt. Didn't you get like a really cool old Skyline? Was that your first car?
No, that was, what's that? That's number 2 or 3 on the list, that one. Yeah, so in what am I? I'm about to be 30.
Congratulations.
And we're sitting on, not including work vehicles, we're sitting on the ripe number of 15. So we've had a go.
So that's 15 in, 14 years?
14
Since you were
years of
16?
driving, yeah.
Is that including your motorbikes?
Yeah, that does include bikes, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's 15 including, like, that's just registered bikes, not dirt bikes or anything silly. Because we've got a few more there. But so big numbers. But no, my first vehicle was the P-Plate Special. I had a 91 Subaru Liberty that immediately had the exhaust chopped off it. And geez, it carried on. It was great. Still gets around, Wagga.
I remember
little old
that.
lady who cleans at the marketplace had it. And it had a big old Aaron Williams sticker on the back, and she didn't get rid of it. I don't know why. And I've tried to buy it back off her 3 times, and she will not part with it. So
That was
I've
the
given up
car
there.
that he had a little button in the, like a little remote control for the garage button, which would make the exhaust sound like sick. You could push it and it shut it off and sounded like a grandma car.
To keep your friends away.
yeah, the RBT Special.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it was all legal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing untoward there.
It was
at
just
all.
when you were driving around late at night, do you want to wake people up?
Yeah, it was just a courteous bloke. Just wanted to not wake up the entire campus.
There
as
is
I drive
nothing
around.
better, though, than that sound, is it? Like, you just hear the purr and just like,
Absolutely.
But I mean,
I
it's a-
have
as a-
BD energy right now. Like, it's just like, yes.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a Subaru Liberty and a V6 Commodore Ute, mate. Like, just whoa up over here, Don.
Not much in it.
Out of the 15, what's been your favourite?
Oh,
Because we could do a whole episode
mate,
on
we
stories
could.
with
We
your
could sit here
cars.
for 2 hours and talk about this, and I wouldn't be bored, but everyone else would be. Be like when you blokes talk about the cricket, your eyes would just glaze over it. But look, I've had a couple of goodies. I do love my little old Ute that we were talking about a couple of episodes ago.
Yep.
But I've had some fun stuff over the years. I've had a Toyota 4Runner with a V8 in it. That was unreal. My XR6 Turbo was ballistic. I've had some good fun over the years, but it's time to grow up and I'm too poor anymore, so no more fun stuff.
You think, ladies and gentlemen, that's the sound of the start of the Beals movie review. James, what's your thoughts of the audio?
It'd be good if I could hear it.
Just imagine a very low quality Indian takeoff of James Bond.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
It's got a few trumpets in it.
jazzy, isn't it? It's a whole 12-piece, that one.
Beals, we thought we better jazz up your movie review segment and give you a proper start because they are one of my favourite segments to listen back to. So, Beals, does Tommy have to take the headset off this time?
No, I don't think so, because there's a new movie on Netflix, actually, that we want to talk about this week.
Yeah.
It's called The Rip.
The Rip.
I don't know if you have seen it. It's called The Rip. It's got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in it. It's like a drug enforcement sort of team, police movie. And The Rip is like they go and take a house full of money. That's called a rip. That's what it's about.
Like a raid.
Basically, yeah, but Rip's meant to be their jargon, whatever they call it. So that's what it's named off. And, I thought it was very good. It's got a lot of twists in it. I didn't really see the ending coming, I must say. It got me, this one.
Oh, is that a first?
No, lots of other movies have got me, yeah. But
The biggest one, I reckon, is The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
The Bruce Willis one.
But anyway, Beals, sorry,
Oh,
continue
sorry.
on. There was a twist that you weren't expecting.
yeah, so it kept me on my toes, and it was quite good. I actually enjoyed it. I'd say 3.5 out of 5. That's what I'd give it. It's very entertaining. I'd watch it again. And for a Netflix movie, it's hard for Netflix to get your attention when you're watching a movie. You've got so many distractions when you're sitting at home on the couch. And I was focused. It kept me locked in. So I thought it was very good.
Netflix have had some big wins. If this is a 3.5 starer, K-pop Demon Hunters was also, Beals, I don't know if you've reviewed that one yet, but also a massive movie. I think it's got one of the most views. I don't know. Can you look that up, Beals? How many people have viewed that movie? But it is a huge amount.
Heaps. I think they said it's like 10% of the people who've already watched it have started watching it again. So that's how popular it is.
Look, I watched it at home and with my family, and it wasn't that exciting that I'd sit down and watch it twice because you know what's happening. But It seems like there's a twist, Beals, and 3.5's a pretty good rating.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. It's got a lot to do with like corrupt cops, so you don't kind of know who is on the good side, who's on the bad side. So it keeps you on your toes all the way to the end, then the secret's revealed. So I actually thought it was very good. And it's got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. They're both really good actors, so it was very good.
Just going back to
Enjoyed it a lot.
K-pop Demon Hunters, according to Google, which, factual, 482 million views.
And I'm not one of those. I'm yet to see it still. So
Well,
With you on that one.
We partly watched it. Does that count?
is it 10 minutes and it counts as a tick, does it?
Yeah, no, that's for us on Spotify. So everyone just listen and download. Yeah, at least 60 seconds that we get. I don't know about the stats on Netflix yet.
Bill, you're saying it was a Matt Damon, Ben Affleck movie. Them guys do a fair few together. Is it probably their best collab so far, you reckon, or they've had better ones?
Oh, well, they've been working together for a long time, probably 30 odd years.
Yeah, because they
don't
did
know
some
if
stuff like Dogma and a few of the comedies back 10, 15, 20 years ago now.
I don't know if it'd be their best, but it's definitely well worth the watch. I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know if I'd say it's their best work, but I mean, they've done so much work together, those two. I think they write and direct a lot of movies that they're not in as well. So,
What do you think individually is their best one each?
wow, that's tough. Matt Damon. I really like The Martian, actually, from Matt Damon, that movie.
Good
I think
movie.
it's very good.
Yet to see it.
And surprisingly enough, it was classed as a comedy movie. Would you believe it? The guy stranded on the moon. There you go. Oh, Mars, actually.
I haven't seen it, so
Haven't you seen it?
we're laughing with you, Beals, not against
Yeah,
you.
right. I actually enjoyed that too. I'd say that's Matt Damon's. Ben Affleck, I'm not sure. He's been in a lot of stuff, but I can't think of anything that really stands out at this moment for him.
Armageddon.
Oh, yes, Armageddon. Another Bruce Willis classic.
A great documentary.
Beals, crack up. I think the intro really helped you then, even though you couldn't hear it, but we'll work on that.
That's right. I'll have to just listen to the podcast like everyone else to hear it.
Please. And listen twice, share, subscribe, do all that.
That's right.
Emma, we'll shoot back to you. Wheelchair AFL, you mentioned it. We've written it on the show whiteboard. I know you haven't played it or you're saying it hasn't started yet, but this sport is intriguing because from my understanding of AFL, it is all running.
Yeah, look, I'm intrigued myself. So all I know is it's for people who are of mixed ability, so whether you're a walker or a wheelchair user. But I actually have no idea. First training is on the 4th of Feb. So watch this space. I played a bit of wheelchair rugby up north, actually, and believe it or not, kicking the goal, that was my job because I was good at it. Because it was like I don't know, AFL term, but it was like punching the ball on a stick. Yep. That was the only position I could play because I was useless.
Punching a ball on a stick. Is it in the... This is a really dumb question, but is the Paralympic Games or Paralympics part of the Commonwealth Games?
I don't think
Beals, I'll leave that with you.
Paralympics for the Commonwealth Games.
Well, is there like a para Commonwealth Games?
Paragon
I'm
Games.
pretty sure there is, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the Olympics.
Is it at the same time, mate?
I think it's just after the regular Commonwealth Games.
Oh,
Similar to how the Olympics do it, I believe.
So, Emma, are you going to get involved in this wheelchair AFL, or what's your thoughts?
Oh, I'm trained to play.
Yeah.
Like, we're not here to muck around. Yeah, so it's played, my understanding is played on like a basketball court kind of situation. So, yeah, I don't actually know. I'll go along and I'll report back.
I'll have to chase up a mate of mine, Toby, from Wagga. He is part of pretty sure he's part of that AFL wheelchair.
Sorry, just with the Paralympic Commonwealth Games part of it, they're actually competing at the same time. So say when they're hosting the lawn bowl events, they'll do the lawn bowl for the Commonwealth Games and they'll do the para lawn bowls at the same venue at the same time and everything as well.
Is that?
So it's all included in the one program across it all.
I think it's actually really inclusive. I think by having it at the same time as opposed to having it separately, you're still getting that buy-in and that gauging as opposed to having it like the Paralympics where it's great to watch, but it's not at the same time as the able or normal-bodied people. So, no, I think it's a great thing, to be honest.
I remember listening to Adam Hill talk about it. He commentated a few of the Paralympics, the actual ones, and being a below or above knee amputee, he had that connection with it, obviously. And he said that it was just amazing seeing those athletes. Like, they are athletes. It's amazing the skill that goes into it. It's probably harder because they have to learn, one, to deal with their new changing body, especially if it's an accident, and then also master a sport. It's a massive thing.
For sure. I went to uni with a bloke. He was a year above me doing physio. He just went into an AFL, playing a game of AFL, got into a tackle badly and ended up being I think he's a tetraplegic actually. He plays wheelchair rugby. There was a documentary on him or not on him, but on the Steelers itself. And yeah, incredible what they go through.
Tetraplegic, sorry. Yeah?
It's the new word for a quadriplegic.
Oh, okay.
It just means it affects all limbs.
All limbs, yeah. Because that's the thing that I always struggle to understand is when they have the different classifications come up for the different, mainly in swimming is where I understand. But yeah, you're right. That kind of thing would be super, super hard to learn to use your body in a different way than you have for the previous, 20 odd years like your mate has.
Well, even when we were playing wheelchair rugby kind of thing, like using your torso to be able to move the wheelchair as opposed to using your hands, which you think you'd push on the tyres to be able to get around people, but how much you use your torso to try and get around. Very different, obviously, but yeah.
I'm excited to see the reports you bring back.
Come along. How many people can I rope around?
I'm definitely going to come and watch, but I'm going to watch from the sideline because I got a lot of respect for those guys. Because, like I said, it sounds super hard to master all those skills and add a sport to it. Like driving a wheelchair around's not easy. But Beals, mate, it's very inspirational from Emma, and we look forward to hearing more about this. But I can see you in that bunker. You've got a spiel ready for us, courtesy of BJ Head. Unleash, mate. What have you been thinking about all fortnight?
Well, actually, I'm going back to the Netflix for a second. My spiel this week is about streaming versus theatres.
Yes.
Streaming's very convenient. It's very easy, obviously. Sit at home, watch whatever you want. There's a million shows, a million movies, endless content. But I find it's harder than ever to actually find a show that you like. Sometimes I feel like I spend longer looking for a show to watch or a movie to watch than actually watching anything. Theatres, I feel like, aren't producing very good movies anymore, or not very often. So I'm just curious to see how you guys feel about streaming versus theatres, because
quite succinctly, I just watch the same garbage over and over and over and over again. I'll finish it, go back to the start, and run it again.
Because that's what I find. I find myself going back to a movie I've seen before because I know I like it. It's normally an older movie. Then, because I struggle to find anything new that interests me and hooks me into, and I could sit there and search for a show for half an hour and not watch anything.
Do you find, though, there's less and less at the theatres and that now because Netflix is just so easy to do? Like, we can sit here right now and put a brand new movie on where you got to get in the car, go down to the cinemas at a time suitable to them, not suitable for you. Like, you can watch a movie at 2 a.m. if you want. But when you go to the theatres to watch it, you got 7:15, 9:30 or midday. Like, there's not a huge option to go watch movies from. So it just makes it so much easier now to sit on your couch at home and be like, sweet, put it on. And you can get up and leave halfway through, come back 2 days later and finish it. Like, it's just so much easier.
Did you ask a question or just wanted to just tell everyone about your love of watching 2 a.m. movies?
No. It's 2 a.m. sport, thank you.
So, Beals, what he asked was, do you think Netflix has ruined the movies?
Yeah, I do. Because I feel like it's forced movies in theatres to be played pretty safe. They only want to make movies that they know will make a lot of money, so they don't put anything original. It seems like most original stories are always on streaming because they don't have to try and sell tickets to get people in. They can make whatever they want. People watch it or they don't. And once you pay that ticket, and as you were saying before, Tom, it's not only the time, it's also the expense. It's bloody expensive to go to the movies to watch it.
Beals, my question is, what do they put in the movie popcorn that you can't get in microwave popcorn? Why is movie popcorn so bloody good?
You can research that.
Oh, probably asbestos or something like that.
Leprechaun tears.
Or something. I don't know. It's definitely the butter.
I worry that it's going to be the end of movie cinemas. Do you think this will be the end of movie cinemas?
I don't think it'll be the complete end. I mean, people are always just want that experience of going out and buying a bucket of $20 popcorn and a $20 drink and a $30 movie ticket. It's an experience that I think will always stay there, but it's probably not going to be very common, and it's probably movies that will get released at theatres and streaming at the same time. You might pay an extra $20 to watch it at streaming, and you can watch it at home as well. That's what I think will ultimately happen. But I feel like streaming movies and shows have to have some sort of hook to get you to actually concentrate your time to watch it. While a movie in the theatres, once you've committed to buying that ticket, you pretty much, people are going to stay there and watch the whole thing, whether it ends up being a good movie or not. So that's why I feel like movies on streaming are more original, because they've got to hook you in to get you to stay there and watch it, instead of watching the million other things that are on at the same time.
Can I just add on to Beals there when he was saying that cinemas will keep going? I've been twice with Ava this school holiday just to watch kids' movies and that with her, keep it entertained while Jess is at work. And the biggest thing I'm noticing is the population there is the older generation, like grandmas and grandparents.
Are they taking
No, they're just going there by themselves because they're socially outing. They're just going there, just get out of, whether in the homes or wherever they are, but they're getting out there and actually, it's just how they catch up with friends and still enjoy themselves, I guess.
I will say, just quickly, Callum, I noticed when I've only been to the movies probably once or twice in the last couple of years, we went and watched the new Top Gun movie, but it was an atmosphere around that movie that was I kind of enjoyed it. People were laughing at the jokes, people were engaging in it, and it was actually quite fun. It was more like going to a live concert or like a live entertainment thing, like maybe even live sport, where it wasn't the old pristine, like going to church, you didn't say a word, you sat there very, very quietly. People were laughing, clapping, getting into the movie, which I enjoyed. But I don't know, Callum, what were you going to say?
I think you bang on. I think like for big launch weekends and stuff like that, it is an experience. It's like the people that used to wait in line to cop the new iPhone. Like it's something to do that's fun and it's new and it's exciting. Yeah, and I think that's how they will have to survive. And whether or not they go back through, I remember when I was a kid, they used to run back through all the Harry Potter movies or all the Star Wars movies, like more events like that get people to come out. Because again, like the popcorn and the snacks and all your mates, and like it's it's an event. Like you've got to put stuff on. It's like having a bar or a pub. If you don't put anything on, no one's going to come. If you keep doing what you always done, you'll always get what you always got. So you've got to change it somehow to freshen it up. And when we do have the attention span of a 3-year-old, because we've got everything in the world at our fingertips, you've got to do something to put yourself out of the hole that you're in. And I think, the diversification and putting big stuff on is the best way to do it. And, I think it's going to come back where you'll have a Star Wars weekend or a Harry Potter weekend or Indiana Jones and run through them or stuff like that. But, I don't know, getting the movies might be difficult.
Well, it is still quite big in the cities too, though. Like, yes, more and more country cinemas are shutting down. I know Cow shut down 20 years ago when we were kids, but they do it like every Sunday. They might put a movie on at the Civic Theatre now, and they do get a big crowd. I think like in the cities they still get lots of traction, lots of people go and watch movies just because it's always been a thing to do.
Yeah, I think you've got to turn it into a bit of an event. Make some sort of event out of it when they make these movies, make big releases. As you said, I think a lot of smaller theatres might struggle, but your big ones like your IMAXs and the gold pass ones where you have recliners and food and alcohol, they're probably going to stay around because people just want to go for the experience.
And that's one thing, like I don't know anything about 3, 4, 5D, wherever they are, but can you get that experience at home, or is that purely a cinematic experience?
You can pay for 3D movies at home, but as far as I know, you need a 3D TV and you need to pay for the 3D movies, and you can only get them on like a disc, like a Blu-ray disc. So you got to get physical copies. So it's another expense on top of it.
If you do want the 4D experience, I'm happy to come around and give you couch a shake and spray water on you if you need. I'm more than happy to offer that.
When I do my movie review, that'll be great.
Callum and I can sit up with those squirty bottles and just hit you.
I was just going to spray it out of my mouth. But
Dallas, I wonder what's so wonderful about that place.
Do you think it'll come full circle and we'll end up with Foxtel again, where it's just all the channels together instead of having to pay for your your Netflixes and your stands and stuff. Do you reckon it'll come full circle and you'll just pay one big fat bill like everyone used to with Foxtel, or?
Yeah, probably. You'll probably get some company that'll bundle all these together and give you some special deal for 6 different streaming services or something for $100 a month or something like that. I could see that happening easily. And then you're basically back, as you said, back to Foxtel again.
Yeah. Like we spoke about in the last episode, there's a streaming service in India, so I think that does that. Like it gets all their popular sports and all their popular movies in India, and it's like the second biggest streaming service just below Netflix.
Yeah.
And then the rest are a million odd below that. So it's possible. I just don't know. I think there's so many people playing in it. There's been a discussion around even the soccer, the A-League in Australia, the football, in Australia, where it's not on a easy to find streaming network, and I think they're struggling because people aren't seeing it. The people don't know about the sport. What's Netball streamed on, Emma? Is it on Foxtel?
Fox Sports.
So that's KO. It's available through. So at least it's an easier way to find it. I don't even know where to find the A-League. Is it
I
Prime?
changed. I think it was Amazon Prime, and I know the UK did it on Optus Sports for a while, and then Paramount, and it might be even Paramount now. But
so that's where it's frustrating.
Like,
I know Foxtel was expensive, but
What's Hubble then? Isn't this Hubble meant to be combining a few all together? I only know of Hamish and Andy.
So.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's meant to be like you pay one bill with them, and they will bundle all these subscriptions together. So,
but you still need the 4
yeah.
different apps. It's this: you pay one subscription, but then you go KO, Netflix.
no, not anymore. So
are you sure?
yeah. Because sorry, Beals, I just had a look the other day because I was trying to get onto KO, and that's through Hubble, and it's no longer got Netflix on it.
Yeah, right.
As of this year,
what's on it?
Just the KO.
It's just KO.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, so it's lost Netflix and all the other subscriptions that were part of it. It's all finished up.
So you're pretty much having Hubble for KO when you go KO for KO.
Hang on, Callum's got it up here now. Sorry, Callum, but I know Netflix and the bigger partners have gone.
I've just got it in front of me, and according to their website, it's still Binge, Netflix, KO, Disney, HBO, Prime, YouTube for some reason, which is free.
I'll pay for YouTube.
Do you? Oh, I
Damn
suppose
bloody
for
ads.
music and
Oh, you
stuff.
get through 4 songs and bing, you should try this. It's,
Valid. Apple TV as well, Paramount, Stan, can't read that. ABC, again, free. SBS, free. 7 Plus, free. And all the, and then, Channel 9, 10, all the free stuff as well. So
that's cool. So at least all your money's going to one thing, yeah.
We've got Foxtel again.
But in saying that, but is it one app we download and just venture out now, or is it just you still have 10 different apps?
You can download one app if you download the Hubble app. I think
that is a game changer.
Access to the others, I believe, but I'm not 100%.
Oh yeah, because just by the look of it, looks like there's actual like a little black box remote thing you can get for it.
And obviously, if Hubble are up for sponsoring the show, they're more than welcome to give us a free subscription, and we'll let them know what apps are on there.
As Mitch says, we'll become a Hubble exclusive. And on YouTube.
I stand by it. And the funniest
Spotify exclusive.
Yes, it'd be interesting because I thought when I tried to sign up for KO and I looked on it and I was in the same boat as what you were saying there before, Emma. I was so hopeful that I could just bundle everything and then get rid of my Foxtel subscription and then have just that there and then use it, because you don't really use all the features on Foxtel now with all the streaming services, and all the good streaming stuff aren't on Foxtel because they're all associated with the other ones. So maybe we'll have to just wait and see. But Beals, what are your thoughts, mate? Would you go to Hubble for combining, or do you like them all separate?
I don't have them all, so not yet. Anyway, I haven't put in too much time into getting all the subscriptions. But I think one way they try and trick people too is all the rights and the agreements they all make get changed up all the time. So one show might be on this one this year. Next year it's on that streaming service. They keep swapping them around. And then I'll notice there's a lot of sports on the streaming service now too, as you were saying. So it's hard to find what you're actually looking for. And I think they deliberately shift them around so you keep having to buy more streaming services.
Yeah, and someone's out there making a lot of money than we are here at the Aussie Backyard Banter.
Absolutely.
That's a wrap. I'll be away to Europe, so there'll be a bit of a break between episodes. So please go back and start from episode 1. As Callum mentioned in the last time he was on the episode, we're nearly at a Melbourne trip length of episodes. When we get enough to do there and back, Callum and I will do a road trip exclusively listening to the Aussie Backyard Banter.
Don't you dare threaten me with a good time.
I loved it. Callum, thanks for being here on the Orange Mic.
Pleasure. Happy to share as always.
And Emma, first time, smashed it. Great. Can't wait to hear all about Wheelchair AFL.
We'll see if we're invited back.
Uncle Bill, please email your responses to the Aussie Backyard Banter at gmail.com. BJ Head, thank you for your contributions as legally required. I'm have to say that. And Tommy.
Mate, thank you. Absolute pleasure. Enjoy your little getaway with your beautiful wife in Europe, I believe it is.
Yeah, we're flying into Copenhagen.
Just doing
nice
the,
and warm.
And just remind me, Mitch, where's Copenhagen?
Oh, that's enough, Em. Beerley, your review and your spiel were great. Thanks, mate.
No worries. It's a pleasure to be here, Mitchell. And have a good trip away. And don't stay over there. Come back, mate.
And that's all from me, Mitch Dwyer. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, all those things. Spotify exclusive and maybe on YouTube for you, Dad.